Hello everybody, welcome to Savage Ink Studios. I'm your host Ink, and today's Sketchbook Storytime is about the cursed apple. Dun dun dun! Alright, so for those of you who are familiar with my channel, you will have heard me mention from time and time again my mom's psychotic, abusive ex-boyfriend. So, he's in this story, and we're going to call him Freddy. So, I was talking with my mom kind of recently, and we got talking about her crazy, psychotic, abusive ex-boyfriend, and she had brought up to me, I guess, that he was always really scared of me, apparently, because he thought that I was going to try and kill him in his sleep one night. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. If I had known for sure that I would get away with it, I definitely would have. No questions asked. I spent most of my childhood trying to think of a way that I could get away with killing this son of a bitch who beat the crap out of my family on a regular basis. So, anyway, this story takes place within my adulthood, after I turned 18. Let me tell you guys a little bit about myself so that this story makes more sense. So, I'm a hardcore Disney fan. I love Disney movies, which I'm sure is probably funny to some of you, considering that I look like this dark emo kid or come off as like rough around the edges or whatever, but I'm a genuine Disney nerd. I love Disney movies. I will always love Disney movies, and while I'm working hard, I will have my headphones in listening to Disney music. Everyone who knows me knows I love Disney. Another thing that you guys should know about me is that symbolism is really important to me. I enjoy how it feels to be able to show someone an image and to have them be able to connect that image with a story without me saying anything. So if someone can look at a picture and know what I'm thinking, I love that. I don't know if it's because I've spent so much of my life reading books and you see symbolism there, and or if it's just because I have these weird attachments to things and I love being able to connect the dots. Things like that make me happy, I guess, if that makes any sense. So, here's how all of this is relevant and plays into the story. My mom, I guess, was with this guy again. They had broken up and then gotten back together and then broken up and gotten back together. 17 years of breaking up and getting back together, but at this point in time, they were together, so I had to deal with him. And I had known that I was going to see him. I don't remember the circumstances. I just remember, I think he was with my mom. No, he wasn't with my mom. He was not with my mom. I remember that. I had to meet up with him for something. I don't know if it was I had to grab something for my mom or if I had to grab something for one of the kids. I'm not sure. I just know that I had to meet him, and I ended up meeting him downtown in our local area, and I had intentionally decided that I was going to bring him a gift. So we had met up, and right before we went our separate ways, I gifted him an apple. Big, red, juicy apple. Now, to me, I think that it's really obvious, the symbolism and the connection. If I hand somebody an apple and it's not like me packing the kids' lunch or something, if I walk up to someone that I really, really hate, who knows that I really, really hate, and I give them an apple, it's symbolism. I shouldn't even have to explain it for people who know me, and this dude knew me my entire life. Handing someone that you don't like an apple, that when that person who's gifting the apple is a hardcore Disney fan, is more or less a, I hope you fucking choke and die on it. You know, Snow White. It's a given. It's not supposed to be a nice gesture. It's supposed to be a very subtle, fuck you, I hope you choke and die. You know? But apparently that wasn't obvious enough for this self-proclaimed genius, because I ended up going, I think it was to drop off whatever I had picked up from him to my mom, and she gives me this death glare as soon as I walk in, and I'm just like, what? And she's like, did you try to curse Freddy? And I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, did you give Freddy a cursed apple? And I'm like, Mom, do you even hear yourself right now? Did I give Freddy a cursed apple? Seriously? And she's like, well, he called me and he told me that you gave him an apple and that he's really nervous and he thinks that it's like a death threat or a cursed apple that's gonna like mess him up or something. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, Mom, look at me and think for a second. Why would I give Freddy an apple? And then you could see it just like dawn on her face, and she's like, Snow White reference. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, it's a Snow White reference. I did not give your boyfriend a cursed apple, as if I could, even if I wanted to, because that would be a fantastic way to kill him and get away with it if I had the know-how to do so. So that is the story of my mom's psycho ex-boyfriend and the apple that I gave him that he thought was cursed, apparently. This video is coming up a little bit short, and the speed paint that I'm posting to this, I don't want it to like skip and glitch because I tried shortening it up too much, so I'm gonna add on another story to this just to lengthen it out a little bit. Another Freddy gift story, because I'm a gifter. Even if I hate people, if you're stuck in my life, I'm gonna use the fact that I'm a gifter to show you how much that I hate you while still giving you a gift. So my other Freddy gift story was, this was within the last year of my mom and him being together, and then they broke up like permanently. So I knew I was going to be spending the winter holiday with my mom and, you know, seeing everybody and whatever. And as I mentioned in the previous story, Freddy is a self-proclaimed genius. But I can also tell you that he uses big words that he does not know the meaning of in the wrong context often. He's definitely not as smart as he thinks he is, and it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of sad. So, but he makes a big deal out of, like, trying to tell everybody how smart he is. You know, he's so smart. He knows so much more than everybody else. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, for this winter holiday, I got everybody gifts because that's what I do. That is how I show people that I care about them. I buy them things, or I make them things. That's my outward giving love language, I guess. But knowing that Freddy was going to be there, I had to take the opportunity to get something for him too. Now, my youngest little brother, Crow, actually is kind of a genius. Like, this kid is absurdly smart and always has been. I mean, I remember him being like little more than a toddler, and he would get so excited and run up to people and be like, do you know how much you would weigh on the moon? I can calculate that for you. I mean, crazy shit. He's just a really smart kid. So I knew that this gift that I was going to give Freddy would also end up benefiting my little brother, who probably would enjoy it, but it was going to be dual purposed. So I got Freddy, it was The Something of Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche, which is a philosophy book for those of you who don't know. Philosophy is a lot to chew on, you know. It's a lot to chew on. It's not quite as bad as Beowulf, but it's a lot to chew on. So I knew that Freddie was going to struggle with this book. He was going to struggle hard with this book, but he was going to feel stupid reading it because he wasn't going to get it. But I also figured that Crow would read it and actually probably enjoy reading it because he would understand what was going on, I guess. So I ended up gifting this book to him, and I cannot tell you the number of times that I walked in to a bedroom or the living room and saw him sitting there with the philosophy book in one hand and a dictionary open in the other, which just made me giggle. And Crow did end up reading part of it and thought that it was interesting and tried discussing it with Freddie, and Freddie's just like, yeah, I agree with you. And it was just the funniest shit ever. But he is gone from our lives now, thank God, and everybody's happier and better for it, because that guy is a total fucking sleazebag. So, yeah, that's the story of the cursed apple and the philosophy book. I guess that's part of the story now, too. Hopefully it'll be long enough now that you guys will be able to see the speed paint and it won't just jump all over the place. A little bit of description on the speed paint right now. This is moi and my partner Jude, whom I love deeply, and have decided that while I love drawing naked women and stuff, I really want to start developing him and myself in, in my artistic style, and try and maybe get some of our personal stories out on paper eventually. And the feedback so far has been really nice, so thanks everybody, I appreciate that. So yeah, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Any questions, comments, suggestions, you know where to put them. And I will see you guys in the next one.